Hi guys, Candy here, and you are watching my Nyx 2017 Face Awards entry tutorial. And if you're wanting some more information about the ideas behind this tutorial, then you can check the description bar below. So the first thing that I have done is I'm putting on some illuminating primer. Now for this look, she is a mermaid, so she's really dewy, she's almost wet looking. So I'm just applying that all over my face to try and get that really nice dewy glow. And the next part is foundation. So I'm using quite a heavy coverage foundation for this. I'm just wanting to be pretty flawless. And I've also added some illuminating drops to it to try and also again make it as dewy as possible. Just blending that out with my favorite sponge. And now on to concealer. So I've applied concealer underneath my eyes and along the center of my face. Now if you're doing this underneath your eyes, you want to do it in a triangle formation. This makes it appear a little bit more natural than just a stripe underneath the old bags there. And I'm applying a really light powder underneath my eyes to set it. I've used a really light one to help emphasize that highlightedness underneath. You can use just a regular face powder if this is all you have. So I've just taken my regular face powder and I'm just popping that all over my skin to set my foundation and concealer. And now on to contouring. So I'm just contouring underneath my cheekbones. I'm going to be doing the areas like the tops of my forehead, the very tip of my nose, because I find that a bit bulbous, so I like to do this to try and slim it a wee bit. Underneath my bottom lip, that helps to bring out the bottom lip, and underneath my jawline. So now I'm just adding my favorite matte bronzer, and I'm just putting that pretty much in the same places that I put my contour, just to help sort of blend the contour out and warm my face up a wee bit. Now I've taken a wee bit of a sort of a pinky, purpley, mauvey eyeshadow, and I'm actually just applying this over top of where I just applied my bronzer, just to give my face a wee bit of a otherworldly sort of glow to it. And now I'm packing on the highlighter. So the first highlighter that I've chosen to use is a extremely purple highlighter. So I put that on with my fluffy brush first on top of my cheekbones and down the center of my face and above my eyebrows. But then I didn't have enough intensity, so I went in with a smaller brush and I also wet this down with some setting spray first to get a better color payoff. Then I go in with a pink shade and I apply this just underneath or around the areas. Then I go in with a green highlighter, adding those again in the same areas but sort of layering it. Then I go in with a blue, I use all the colours of the rainbow, go in with a blue highlighter and just do my inner corners of my eyes. And now onto my brow. So I just use my regular brow colour for this. I use it's like a soft medium brown. I use that on the ends of my eyebrows. Then I actually go in with a purple gel liner and I actually ombre out my eyebrows, doing the purple at the beginning of my eyebrows and sort of spreading that through to the end. Not quite the ends, I would say probably 3/4 of the way through I put that. And that just adds something a little bit funky. I've always wanted to try this, so I was pretty happy I got the chance. And now I'm not going to be doing anything too intense with the eyes, so I just used sort of a soft brown just in my crease with a fluffy brush just to create a bit of depth in that eye socket. The whole face is quite intense, so I didn't want to do too much on the eyes. Popping that underneath my lower lash line as well. Then I go in with a slightly deeper shade. This would be probably more a medium brown, and I just add that a little bit closer to my crease line, a little bit closer to that socket line. Just to create some more depth and just to make my eyes stand out a wee bit, so they're not completely plain but they're not attracting all the attention. So now I take a red eyeshadow and I'm just applying this underneath my eyes. Now this is where the fun starts. So applying it just a matte red eyeshadow, I just go underneath the eyes. I end up putting this down quite low and on top of my eyelids as well. I then go in with other colours as well. So I start going in with matte purples of a couple of different shades. The cool thing about this is you can be quite messy. Bruising is not tidy, so you can go quite messy with your colours and use a lot of different tones of purples and reds and even a blue. If you're wanting to create sort of a older bruise, you'd use yellow tones as well. So I'm applying that red all around my lips as well. and going in with purples. Around the lips I also used a matte blue shade. These are all matte shades to create that real lack of oxygen look to my lips. And then I go in with a slightly darker purple on the top of my lids. Now applying a wee bit of liner. I wanted a little bit of interest. I still wanted this to be somewhat pretty, so just applying just a normal liquid eyeliner. And now using actually a red lip liner, I pop this in my rims all around my eyes, and this just helps to make you look even sicker. It just really makes your eyes look a lot more bloodshot and yeah, just a lot more unwell. And then applying my favorite mascara. And I also pop on some lashes. So now I'm just taking a plastic bag. I'm kind of just measuring out like how it's going to work and how I'm going to do it. I ended up cutting it in half and just sort of twisting it as well, because I decided I actually wanted it to be like twisted and a bit skinny. And I'm just kind of sizing out where that's going to be sitting. So now I go in again with just the same colours that I used around my eyes. I used the red and purple, going pretty messy with it. Like I said, bruising is not tidy, so you can go, you know, it's not too tricky. You can just go ham on it. Adding in like different shades of purple, I think that's the key. Now I'm popping that plastic around my neck. Now be really careful with this, guys, if you're going to attempt this. Make sure that you're safe. Don't actually choke yourself. Be really safe with what you're doing, and make sure that you can at least fit a couple of fingers in between there. And I'm just adding a little bit more of that sort of bruising colour because I just didn't feel like it was quite enough. I'm also adding that purple shade that I put around my bronzer on my face. I'm actually putting that on my collarbones as well. Not that you can see that too well. And now I've added some sequins and in like a sort of scale formation on my face, added a couple diamantes. Now I'm taking a sort of really glittery lip topper and I'm applying that as like mermaid tears. And now I'm just applying sort of seashells using all the things that I've stuck on, except for the diamantes. I've used the eyelash glue, clear eyelash glue, which in hindsight, liquid latex would have been better, but eyelash glue was all I had, so we'll use it. Now I'm just putting a bit of fake blood just around that plastic and just dripping it down a wee bit just to make it look like it's sort of cutting into me. Now I'm applying a setting spray all over my chest and I am going to apply glitter like I'm seasoning salt on chips. And just adding a little bit more blue around my lips. And then I pop on my wig and I am done. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and you'll be seeing my face in the next one. Thank you guys so much. And again, if you want a further description about this idea behind this look, just check the description down below.